The confession you are about to hear is an actual tape recording.
All right, go ahead. Read the statement, please.
I make this confession of my own free will because it is true. There has not been any force or violence used upon my person to induce me to make these statements. Without promise of immunity or regard or gratuity.
Or reward or gratuity.
I'm sorry. Or reward or gratuity, I confess.
You understand, of course, that your statement will be made public through the radio program Confession.
I do.
And that your name for the purpose of this broadcast will be Roger S. Chapman.
Yes.
For the good you believe it will accomplish, you'll now be permitted to tell your story. Do you understand all this?
Yes, sir. I understand. Maybe my problems will help people.
You are listening to Confession. This case history of the subject referred to as Roger S. Chapman is a matter of documented record. You will hear the story of his crime experience as told in his own words.
I don't know where to begin exactly.
Well, now, just in your own words, I want you to tell it as you remember it, Roger.
That's what I tell my patients.
Patients?
I am a hypnoanalyst. You know, using hypnosis for psychiatry.
Oh.
It's a legitimate field. I took courses. I had a good practice, so
Go on.
I was helping people who needed help. They liked me, respected me. I was somebody important. Even my father admitted that. I was somebody.
Even your father?
Yes. He wanted us, the whole family, to be proud of him. He insisted on it. He'd quote the Bible and make dramatic speeches about how we overcome his problems and all that sort of stuff.
What kind of work did your father do?
He sold real estate and managed a building on San Pedro Street, right here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make a lot of money, but he was proud of his job. He thought it was something special, managing an office building. Maybe it was. Many of our people become porters and janitors and, well, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, go on, Roger.
I used to tell him I wanted to do something special, too. I wanted to be somebody.
Of course.
But he'd just laugh, and he'd call me an oddball and tell me I'd better stay in my place and keep out of trouble. I guess that's why I got into trouble.
Oh? How do you mean?
Well, I was about 16 then. Maybe a little over. There was a kid in our block. Lester McKay. He thought I was an oddball, too. A bookworm. That's what he called me. Well, I had to show him I wasn't. You know how kids are.
How did you do this?
We broke into a store on Los Angeles Street. We got caught. The judge was pretty nice. He saw we were kids, and he suspended the sentence and put us on probation.
I see.
Well, after that, I thought my father would give me a break, too, seeing the judge did. I thought he might understand how a kid feels when he's in a jam.
You, Paul. You, my son. What have I done to deserve you? What have I done?
Paul, I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Listen, Paul.
Shut up, I said. A credit to your family you are. My son. My son.
Paul, please, I'm sorry.
Keep your mouth shut. You ain't got a right to speak around here anymore. I try to raise you up to be fit to live with. I try to give you something to live up to. And is this what I get for it? Is it?
guess I was dead wrong. A little crazy, maybe.
Crazy is right. It's in the Bible all about you. Unstable as water. Thou shalt not excel.
Paul.
How am I going to face up to my clients tomorrow? How am I going to hold my head up and conduct my business with the whole world pointing a finger? Old Chapman's son is a crook, they'll be saying. Old Chapman's son is falling among the thieves.
Honest, Paul, it won't happen again.
Man is born unto trouble. The book says so. And you were born to me, my son. Why do I deserve you? Why?
Paul, have a heart. It's the first time.
The first time? But how about the last time, Roger? Is it the last time, or ain't it?
Sure it is, Paul.
Wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. That's what the scripture says, Roger. Are you going to change the scriptures? Well, are you?
That's how he was, always quoting the Bible, never letting anyone else talk, especially me. Was I glad to get out of there.
Then you left home?
Sure. He wouldn't talk to me after that. He wouldn't let anybody else talk to me either. I got out as soon as I could.
Then where did you go?
Bummed around mostly. Took odd jobs. Washed dishes in a hash joint on Main Street. Ran an elevator in a building on Alameda Avenue. Worked on a delivery truck for the Times for a while, too. I quit that job because I wanted something better. I didn't find it, though. I didn't find anything. Around the holidays, Christmas time, I was still out of work. Broke. And you can get awful lonesome around Christmas. I wished I was dead.
Tell me, all this time you'd been completely out of touch with your family?
Sure. They didn't want me. I didn't belong there. I didn't belong anywhere. And everybody was busy shopping and rushing home. I had to do something.
Like what?
Well, I knew Les McKay was working pretty steady. He was a pin boy at the Paradise Bowling Alley. So I went over and asked him to lend me some money.
You kidding, Roger? How you figuring on paying it back?
Look, Les, it's Christmas. After Christmas, I'll get a job. Nobody hires anybody during the holidays.
How do I know I'll see you after Christmas?
You got my word.
Ain't enough. I got to get back.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
You got to lend me some money, Les.
Look who's telling me what I got to do.
I said I need money. I need it bad.
Let go of me.
It's your fault I'm in this spot. You got me into that store-breaking rap.
Let go of me, will you? I didn't make you do nothing.
I'm making you do something. I'm making you give me some money.
Hey, Roger, cut it out. Put that down. Put it down, Roger. I'll give you... Ow!
I guess I lost my head all right. There was a bowling pin there in the locker room where we were talking. I slugged him with it and took his wallet.
What about your friend Les? Was he hurt badly?
Not too bad, I guess. There was about $20 in the wallet. That was more money than I'd seen in weeks. First thing I did, I bought myself a big dinner. A Christmas dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I was still eating when the cops picked me up. Robbery, assault with a deadly weapon. Violated my probation.
How long did you get?
They sent me up for 5 years, minimum.
Where'd they send you?
San Quentin. It wasn't too bad. At least I finished my high school education up there. Got interested in psychiatry, too. Even took some special courses. I was paroled in 4 years.
You had a job?
Yeah, I had a job, all right. They fixed me up with a good job. Janitor in a cheap apartment house on Olive Street. Parole officer even came around to see how I was doing.
Hi, Roger.
Oh. Hi, Mr. Swanson.
How are you getting along?
Okay, I guess.
You didn't check in yesterday. I thought I'd stop around and see how you were.
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm the best janitor on Olive Street. I love my work. Nothing I'd rather do than empty garbage cans and scrub floors.
Now, take it easy, son.
Sure. Take it easy. Look, Mr. Swanson, why do we always have to be janitors? Janitors and porters. I learned a lot in prison. I took a lot of courses. Why can't I study medicine or be a psychiatrist?
You know why, Roger. You know as well as I do.
But I could be good at it. I could
Those
be...
fields are closed to men with prison records.
Aren't there any exceptions?
Oh, surely. But you have to show us you can handle yourself before you start giving advice to others.
How? Emptying garbage cans?
Well, if necessary, yes. It takes some time to prepare for a professional career. And you have to eat. Even exceptions have to eat.
Yeah. You're right, I guess. But a janitor...
You know, you can make this job count, Roger. You can save some money. Start going to night school. Learn all you can. You may not be able to practice as a psychiatrist, but there are plenty of jobs in psychology you can do. Just give yourself a chance.
You stayed on the janitor job, hmm?
Yes. I hated it, but I kept it. I thought about what Mr. Swanson told me, and it sounded all right. I could save some money and go to school and, well, maybe someday open up my own business. Have my own office as a consultant or do psychological research or something.
And you started night school.
No.
Oh? No? Why?
Education costs money. And janitors don't make much money. At least I didn't. It costs money to be somebody these days.
Had you been working long?
Just a couple of months. But I was impatient. I felt like I never saved enough. And then one night I was walking home. It was late, so I stopped into a place for some coffee. A couple of men were in the next booth. I heard them talking about photography. Mm-hmm. One of them said he hoped the cameras would be okay out in the car. Well, I knew cameras were worth plenty. So I gulped my coffee and ducked outside. There the car was, right at the curb. Mm-hmm. I could see the cameras in them. Inside the car, they were little, you know, the little cameras, the imported kind. Mm-hmm. I knew imported cameras were worth a lot of money, and I needed a lot of money, so... Well, I don't know why I did it.
Did what?
The car wasn't locked. I opened the door and...
Hey, you!
What? Oh, no.
Hey, come back here, you! Hey, come back here with those cameras!
You are listening to Confession. Before continuing with the documented record of the subject referred to as Roger S. Chapman, the National Broadcasting Company is honored to present Mr. Richard A. McGee, Director of Corrections, Department of Corrections, State of California. Mr. McGee.
The case unfolding tonight is a demonstration of one man's tragic attempt to seek acceptance and stature in his community. Because of adverse conditions of environment, his drive for recognition became overemphasized to the point of abnormality. Such overemphasis often leads to crime. Correctional and parole officers, familiar with this behavior pattern, are constantly seeking ways to guide the maladjusted person into proper activities. When our rehabilitation program reaches its fullest development, society will then be able to redirect the energies of such individuals into healthy and useful channels.
Thank you, Mr. McGee. Now to continue with Confession and the documented record of the subject referred to as Roger S. Chapman.
I took both those cameras from that car, and a couple of light meters, too.
Mm-hmm.
I had my hands full, but I could still run pretty fast.
They didn't catch you then?
No. I waited a few days, then I took the cameras and things to the hock shops around town.
Where'd you get one?
Well, all together, with the camera being imported and everything, I got $75. Then I decided to to go down to San Diego.